Life is Drag, Then You Die is produced by SpoKast. SpoKast is a community-focused podcasting house. Our mission is to remove the technical obstacles for creators starting their own podcast. Did you know that the majority of podcasts only ever created one episode? What stopped them? Maybe they didn't have the proper equipment. Perhaps editing was too difficult. Or they couldn't figure out how to get it published to where you're listening to this podcast at right now. Whatever the reason, SpoKast was started to remove those technical burdens for the podcast creators, just like the creators of Life is Drag. We help them focus on what truly matters about producing a podcast. Making a podcast that is absolutely fabulous and, of course, sounds amazing. If you've ever considered starting your own podcast, then reach out to SpoKast. You can follow them on Instagram at spokast.co or by emailing them at hello@spokast.com. Now, let's get to this episode of Life is Drag, Then You Die.
Hello.
Hey, Nikki doll.
Hey, is this a Mandalorian?
Yes, do you have caller ID or something? How did you know?
It's 2023, girl. You ever use a cell phone?
Why did you get a mic all of a sudden? I don't know about this, but...
I just hung around long enough.
Well, maybe we'll have a group meeting and figure out the kinks. But anyway, if you want to hear yourself on the new episode of Life is Drag, I think you should, head over there.
I'm so into it. I just need to finish up this little thing I'm doing that I thought was going to say something funny, but I couldn't.
Too much. I heard too much. I've lost interest. I'll tell you about the podcast, though, is that this week the girls were literally girling, and they just were literally being girls, and a guy, one of them, who's really sexy in a hat, and they caught up, they kikied, they went to TikTok, they went to Twitter, they went existential, so... I just really think that this week is the week that you should listen.
Work. Y'all are all over it, performing, being on socials. I've been following everything, and I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah. The city ain't ready. Well, bye, girl. I'm gone.
Bye. Moronica, when did you get on the call? Moronica, you've been listening this whole time?
Girl, if you're not watching Untucked, you're only getting half the story.
This is your moment. Have it. I ain't never had a sugar daddy. If I had a sugar daddy, I could probably go out and get one. Because I am what?
Sickening.
Sickening. I did that so bad.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck all of y'all.
This is the Life is Drag podcast.
That was so bad. That was the worst thing I've ever done. That was bad.
No,
We're running out of ideas already.
That was camp.
We're running out of ideas.
Can someone give us fucking intro
Yeah,
ideas,
instead of
please?
apparently since none of you want to ask for fucking advice, can you send in comments? Can y'all give us feedback? Can y'all interact with the posts and tell us
We need
you should
help.
talk about this? I'm a Mandalorian.
I'm Polyamethyst. I'm Freddie Levon.
I'm Moronica.
And I know you
Hi.
can tell that we look quite sickening.
No.
I literally, Freddie, because of the way that the bangs are on that wig, you just look like you have such rosy cheeks, and it looks really cute to me. You look so good.
Thank you.
Little baby.
I feel like I'm getting so good at makeup now. It's making me powerful.
Yeah.
Well, don't rush ahead of anything.
You don't have to listen to Amanda.
Yeah, I think you're right.
We were all
Clearly.
gagging
Yeah.
over Freddie's eye. Here, I'm going to lift your bang just a little bit. If y'all can see that, it's so sharp and angular. It just is so awesome. And you've never done green before, have you?
No, I'm going
Really?
crazy today.
It looks amazing.
Yeah, I've never done a green eye, I don't think.
Yeah, just how crisp your lines are, it's very much giving Moronica.
Thanks.
Oh my
I learned
God.
from her. Learned from Mother herself.
And I have soft lines today.
Yes.
So soft.
I was trying to do a Bowie inspired look, but I ended up looking like an anime character.
Yeah, it's so cute. I love it.
It is cute.
Thank you.
And Polly, this is quintessential Polly core. It's so good.
Yes. We were saying that we kind of swapped actually because it's also kind of Freddie core with
Yeah, like the boa and the gloves will automatically give me Freddie core because that's one of my favorite looks you've done. But I recently like fixed this wig for our listeners. It's just like a blonde wig with bangs, and it was fucking busted before, and I made it look pretty.
Now it's gorge.
So I wanted to give like Hannah Montana, Lizzie McGuire, pop star.
Yes.
So here we are.
And you did it.
And I'm wearing sparkly pants and platform pink boots.
Cute.
Nice. Amanda, why do you want to die?
What do I look all like my resting bitch face over here?
You're like, we got shit to talk about, bitch.
Literally.
I can see it all over your face.
Work,
Do you guys ever
work.
feel like, oh, I wish music was on?
All the time.
Yeah.
Like while we're
It's always
talking
just
here.
playing in my head.
I wish that were the case for me. But we can't play music.
Anyways, I did like my contour with like I did it how Moronica kind of does it, and I didn't use contour. I did just
Blush?
like just a blush.
Ooh.
But yeah, I just
I've never
went for,
done that
like,
before.
Somber, like dark girl, like somber.
You look really beautiful. I love these
Yeah, you
colors
look
on
good.
you. And
Thank
you're
you.
painting so soft these days.
Yeah.
And it looks very nice.
Aw, thank you.
You're
Oh my
trying.
God.
Amanda,
are you okay?
are you okay? Yeah, like, please.
Oh yeah, I wish I had a Red Bull. I wish
know.
I had like an enema. Like I just wish I had something. But like this Diet Coke's kind of getting me through, and I think the concealer on my eye is finally drying, so it's not bothering me anymore.
No.
But yeah, no, I am good. I literally was thinking about today. I'm like, I should do like a complaint segment on the podcast of like the things in my day that like
you can
just.
vent. This is a place to vent. They want to hear it. Can I have a sip of this?
Oh my god. Well, first of all, so when I fill up my water bottle at whatever coffee shop it is that I go to at whatever point in the day, usually in the morning, so that I have my coffee and my water, blah 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 blah. And I asked for ice water. Like, why the fuck you only putting 5 cubes in there? And 2, like, look at my uniform. You know that I'm gonna be hot. Like, fill that shit with some motherfucking ice. And I have like the water bottles that I keep that like I can just refill with ice. Like if the ice is just in there, so I just like refill my water bottle. But it just was like bugging me. I'm like, how come? And then like the drink she made me, she didn't like stir it together at all. I was literally like, do you care about my experience? I don't know. It's kind of bugging me the wrong way. Because then my ice ran out, and I was like, well, I can't drink warm water, so I was like dehydrated.
Well, just think about
Day
how
ruined.
much she probably hated that interaction with you.
Well, she was like, did you celebrate the 4th of July? And I said, absolutely not.
4th of July?
Yeah, there's some firecrackers.
Well,
What?
I'm sorry you had that rough experience.
Yeah, my days. Ever since like the high of last week, I feel like this week has just been like,
Oh, yeah.
like dominoes come clinging down. Like it is. Last week was so fun, and I feel like this week is just like not fun. It's like I'm like testy. I'm flushed all the time. I'm just like in a weird headspace. Yeah.
Aww.
But last week was great. Like I did drag 3 times last week. I feel like that's pretty much a record.
New record.
To like do stuff in. And I was like, wait.
I feel like some of the local queens are rolling their eyes right now.
Literally, they're like,
This bitch is like, you should kill yourself. Quit drag.
If you go back, there's literally only like 13 episodes. So it's literally like I've only been doing this for like 13 weeks.
Wait, that's actually like.
Wait,
crazy
I
though.
forgot that we were using this to track.
Pretty much.
How quick did we start doing the podcast after you?
I think we had only gone and performed once.
Wow, that's perfect.
Yeah.
We did great planning there.
I have to give it all up to you, girl.
Yeah,
you
it was your
literally
idea.
like you spoke
Yeah.
that into existence, and we kind of made it happen.
I'm crazy like the fool.
So stupid.
I just went to look for a drink, but that's where I just went, by the way. For our listeners, I don't know if you felt my presence leave the space, but I went to go look for a drink, but I didn't find one I wanted.
She just had to poop really bad.
And I have to drink my boring water.
Oh.
How is
So
everyone else other than Amanda? Who gives a fuck about her?
I think I'm probably kind of the same way right now. Yeah, because we just had so many highs, but I'm getting through.
Yeah.
I've switched to mornings for the summer, so I have like my full day. I'm not doing a lot with them, but I'm doing at least like one fun activity a day where I'm going to the gym or like swimming in the pool. And so I've been chill. Like I got that self-care stuff that's been getting me through.
I love it.
And I live in the glory of stuff for a long time. That's why I'm like constantly posting. I love looking at photos of myself in drag and just being like, beautiful post. Beautiful post. Yeah. And then I'm like, wait, I should probably wait. And then I'm like, post.
No, you are actually the one that taught me to just post whenever the fuck I want. For some reason, I used to be, okay.
I have to plan this shit out. I have to post at 5 o'clock, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday.
Crazy. Like, I really cared about how my feed used to look. Sorry, I'm taking these earrings out because they're way too heavy. They hurt my earlobes. And I would, like, make sure I did the same filter on every photo so that when you look at like the page, it all like flows together. And then I would post like every other day at a certain time because there was rumors that like if you post at a certain time, you'll get more likes, whatever. And I just feel like since meeting you, I'm like, oh my God, social media is actually fun. Like this is just my diary. And I just get to post whenever I want. I can post twice a day or 3 times a day if I wanted to, you know?
Yeah, I feel for me, it's just part of my art, and so I'm just like I love to just get anything out there. Bitch, shut the fuck up. It is. I love editing photos.
No, I'm so sorry, girl. I'm so sorry. I always do this, but because I don't have my glasses on, I like couldn't see Freddie's full mustache, and I was like, girl, this is literally not on right. So I'm like trying to look at it and be like, is it on right? And after I got like a more front view, and she was just like,
I know. I looked at her. I went, what are you looking at? Yeah. You know what that just reminded me of though is yesterday my sister's visiting. Sorry, this is so off topic.
No, I love when we bounce around like this.
What the fuck have we been talking about? Talk about what you want to talk about.
It just reminds me of like she looked at like behind me somewhere and she went, what is that mold? And I had spent the whole day cleaning and I went, what mold? Are you kidding me?
Was it a joke?
No, it was like a mold of like a cupcake thing. Like and it was Scooby-Doo shaped, so it looked weird. But I was like, oh my God, it's literal mold and she's visiting and I thought I cleaned so good.
That bitch literally almost lost her life.
The way you said that molding character, that mold! That mold!
That mold!
Freddie is a cowboy today, if anybody's wondering. A very flamboyant cowboy.
I love it.
Faggot.
Yes.
He's been to Brokeback Mountain a few times.
Wait, work.
Yeah.
I was
that joke was
say,
so hard getting out. You just want to say what? What you want to say?
I stopped caring about my feed too, and I feel like when you stop caring about your feed, it just looks better that way.
You stop caring about your feet?
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah, bitch, these toes will never see the light of day. I'll be a tights girl to the day I die.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
I heard his pinky toe fall off.
You heard it?
It dropped.
I just
the world shook.
So my pinky toe fell off.
So hard.
And my toe, not just my toenail.
No, I got your joke.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I just want,
You look like a mean girl right now.
I just want everyone to know
Oh,
though.
I heard. Like in the rumor mill, I heard that his pinky toe fell off.
Oh, you just got it?
Yeah, I thought you were like, I heard it, like in the sound of.
Oh my God.
We all experienced that 3 different ways.
I know, like so much is happening right now. Okay, I have 2 things to say. First thing is that the other day I found out that I actually am cringy sometimes. Like before, I thought it was just like, I was being ironic. Cringy, but no, there are times, and this isn't self-pity. I'm not deprecating myself, and so you know, this is okay, and I've accepted the fact that I am cringy.
Mm-hmm.
Second thought, I drank this weed drink before we came here, and I was supposed to put it in the cap to measure like how many milligrams, but we were driving, and I'm like, I know this is gonna spill everywhere because even when I'm standing up still in my kitchen, I dumped the whole thing on my fucking hand. So I'm like, let me just sip from the bottle. And I sipped an undetermined amount. So I just want everyone to know that. You know that type of high?
Kids, don't do this at home.
Wait, I feel like it's hitting. It might be hitting now.
I'm just saying, it's just one of those moments where I feel like I'm the weirdest person in the room. So I just want to make sure I'm good. Like,
okay,
are we
well,
good?
here's one thing. I got 2 things as well. One thing is you can't live without being cringe. It's just impossible. Yeah.
I'm so cringe that I can't even listen to an episode all the way through. Never have, never will.
Oh my God.
I'm so cringe. I have a display for all my Legos.
Oh.
Wait, that's kind of sexy.
Yeah.
And you're not acting the weirdest in the room because Amanda's still here.
Just insert like noun and adjective here for that joke that you say all the time. God.
Yeah, that's how it works. Yeah.
Mother
The noun
always
is always
makes
Amanda.
me feel better.
Thank you. You feel better? Mm-hmm. Okay, good.
I don't.
So,
What's going on?
what's been going on? Why were you in drag 3 times?
Yeah, why were you in
great
drag 3 times?
segue. So, yeah, we did the podcast last week. We record usually on Wednesdays. And then Thursday was Space Queers, which you might have heard us talking about. And Moronica and I did, in fact, dress up in drag for the show. And it was actually super fun.
Yeah.
I wore this beautiful wig that I'm obsessed with. I've discovered that I just definitely am a big wig girl. Like, it's so much a part of the Amanda brand.
Yeah.
And so I just like a little volume.
You
But,
are so drag queen.
yeah.
Big
Someone
hair,
has to
big
do
boobs,
it here.
big butt.
Yeah, I wore just like a lovely black dress, this wig, and I can't remember if I wore anything else, but no panties. But yeah, we looked beautiful. It was fun. What did Moronica wear? She wore the same thing that she wore on the podcast.
Yeah, on the last episode, I wore that, but I did heavier makeup.
Yeah, she was
Slay.
like, I'm gonna just still go soft and like have fun, and then she's like, I'm gonna do the fiercest fucking eye I've ever done.
Literally.
I don't know
you
how it
popped
went so off.
And that
And-
black lip.
It was
Yeah.
kind of
Loved it.
fun. Like, I've never just gotten up in drag and gone out in public and not been like giving
Performing.
a performance of my lifetime.
Or, or podcasting.
Yeah, but like usually people don't see us because we're running from the car to the door. But yeah, Space Queers was so fun,
It was
wasn't
so
it,
fun.
you guys?
Yeah, I had a blast.
I've never been to like a comedy show like that.
Me either.
No, me either.
Not a good one, at least.
Yeah.
But I had a lovely time. I was thinking about it, like, I feel like for a long time afterward, like the whole week after, because there were so many different performers and so many different acts. It took me a long time to process everything. I'd be like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, that was funny. That like there was a lot of cool stuff and a great variety of like performers
many,
and
The variety.
comedians. Yeah.
Yes.
The variety was crazy. Every single person that walked out was so unique and so like interesting
and really funny, too.
Yeah, and like it's just crazy how everyone's sense of humor was just like
I don't think there
so
was a
different.
one that I was like, that wasn't very good. Like, all of them, like, I was like, I'm on the floor crying, laughing. Like,
You were affected the most, that's for sure.
you could hear my voice echo.
Yeah.
No, Moronica is loud, too.
No, I'm a quiet girl. I
I kind of like it when Moronica just openly laughs at people, like, in public. Like, something kind of funny is going on.
my
and
God.
she just goes, like, right
okay, if I see something awkward or like just kind of funny happening, I'm gonna laugh.
I know, but
And
I
that's
just
my
think
favorite
it's
thing about
funny.
you.
I love it.
Thank
it's
you.
hilarious, especially your laugh being so like it's a good laugh.
It's
Yeah.
Very rare.
loud.
I have to say, and we all know like that me Amanda is I'm very negative most of the time and kind of harsh, and so like I didn't really know what to expect going into it because like you hear stand-up comedy and you do get kind of nervous, but I think the fact that it was like a queer extravaganza is what like actually made it funny because when
It's people we relate to.
yeah,
Yes.
just stand-up comedians that like just suck, you know, that you see like clips of or whatever, and you're like, this just isn't funny. But like, it was this weird experience of like the community and like people making jokes about Spokane and us being able to relate to it because we're from Spokane, and it actually being like funny, like elevated humor. Like, I don't know, like you said, every person, it was just so funny. And I was like, just pleasantly, oh my gosh, I was pleasantly surprised, and I had a really good time, and I laughed the whole time too, which was just really great because it made me just open my eyes up to how much Spokane has to offer. I feel like, you know, we've talked about before, like, oh, we just want to get out of here, there's nothing here, but it's like once you kind of get your roots and like you make connections and you're involved in your community, you do see like all the types of people around that you just didn't see before.
I know.
And it's been kind of fun that like to get involved and like get to know more people since starting to do drag and, you know, stepping out of our comfort box of just us.
I feel like I've never felt like part of a community since being like an adult, really.
Yeah.
Like that's thing, like you did group activities as like kids, but as an adult it's kind of harder. I guess we kind of had that with Starbucks because like every Starbucks worker can relate and like we all knew each other. But
yeah, I mean, honestly that's a lot of like what kept our friendship going. And I feel like now that we have drag, it's like that's just how people.
It's something we can like celebrate rather than just be like, we all hate Starbucks. Like it's giving us a little bit of light in our life.
Oh my God, so true. And I was thinking about that earlier because I saw like, I think my CoStar app sent me like they send you a stupid little fortune thing that's really deep. And it was something about just working towards like, life is really hard right now. This sucks. This sucks. And the reason why it sucks is because you're going to have a bright future or whatever. And I was like, for the first time in my life, I feel like I'm like really excited about the present. And it's always been, oh, future me is going to do this. Future me is going to do that. I'm working towards future me. But now I'm like, okay, I feel like I'm actually living the future me that I was really looking forward to. And this is just like the start of it. And it's just so cool to me. Did that make sense?
It literally did.
It was inspirational.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
And I feel like it feels good to have like this community that we're like proud of because like after the show too, I was like telling all my coworkers, I'm like, I went to this really fun comedy show. Like it's nice to have that thing in your community to be proud of. I don't know.
Right. Yeah, it is. It was such a fun time, and special shout out to our drag sisters, the Medzda and Ducky Loveless. They put on quite the show. Medzda, your Kim Petras, just slutty, raunchy mix was just everything that I needed. It was so fun. Ducky, we loved the tribute to sports.
Yes.
When you started doing the baseballs into the crowd, I was like, I should have sat in the front goddamn row.
Yeah. Is it Ducky Speedy?
Yes.
I'm like, Ducky, you're a fast little like performer. Like she moves fast.
Yeah.
I'm like,
well,
girl, you're
you
crazy.
have to move fast when you have 20,000 props that you have to use in your number. It's crazy.
I told Moronica that I think it's because Ducky is like a lot more short than she is, and so so those like same movements that take like her like a long time, like going from here to here, doesn't take as long.
My long arms.
Yeah.
Slow and tall.
Nikki Doll put the cast up over there.
I was gonna say, how did she know exactly what I was looking up? You saw me looking.
It was one joke in particular, which I wish I could remember who the comedian was, but they made the joke saying like, I know you're from Spokane. If you married your high school sweetheart at 18 years old, and it literally gagged and gooped the girl. We did that, and we were like, so it was kind of like funny. It was so true.
Yeah, that was funny. I liked the comedian that made a bunch of jokes about the submarine recently.
Yeah.
So many like implosion jokes. It was crazy.
Jared Lyons Wolf. He was the closer, and I felt like he was really relating to the crowd.
And he's the one that Camrynne was talking about, right? That they went and yeah. You could tell that he was profesh.
Was this the one that was making the submarine jokes or no?
He was giving me profesh.
Well, I love them too.
Loved Maddie.
Okay, I'm just gonna read them off.
Okay, read them off. We loved everybody.
Okay. Yeah, everyone killed it. But the performers were featuring Jared Lyons Wolf, Rocky Martin, Hannah Wells, Wyatt Ezrin Colombo, Justice for All, Ashlyn Weicker, Little Maddie Dargan, Kaylee Alness, Koa Otis, Jordan Isidore, Jenny Watson, Neva White, Alana Shepard, which that is like a famous name already, Jordan Black, Ducky Loveless, and the Medzda.
With DJ
and Camrynne too, which Camrynne also when
killed.
Yeah, when she went up, it literally gave. I was like,
I know.
When she did her set, I lived for every second of it.
Me
like
too.
you can tell that this is just like something that they've studied, and I just love seeing.
And
it's like watching, drag, even you, Moronica, like you've been doing it for a year and like how much better it's gotten, but just also like in any profession, you just see what time and like not effort, but time will give you and just like practice and it pays off.
Yeah.
And what a good host too. Like the best, like the quickest.
Best energy.
And
so
the
sweet.
fiercest diva ever. I love the spacesuit.
I know. I like have a crush on her now. After
Me
that,
too.
I'm like, oh, Camrynne.
Listen, like thinking about it as like I'm just imagining me doing this one day. I'm like, if I like came off the stage and came onto the stage and it's Camrynne like greeting me and seeing me go and like making little like quick jokes back and forth, that would make me feel so good. I feel like I'm like, how comforting that it's Camrynne. Like I love her already.
Yeah, well, to think too that she was just a stranger to us, and then we had her on the podcast, and afterwards we're just like, we love Camrynne.
And also like Camrynne put us on the guest list so that we could come to the show, and
It felt like we were watching a premiere of a movie.
it literally did. not to like let it literally go straight to our heads, but we were like, we're on the guest list. But then like at the end of the show, Camrynne did like a bunch of shout outs to like people, and she shouted out our pod, and
so
we didn't
sweet.
see it coming, and when she did it, like it was like, wait, that's
Yeah.
my name. And
Represent.
yeah, Moronica and I were like, yeah, it's drag over here. And it was just so sweet that she did that. I don't know.
Yeah, that was really lovely. It was a wonderful show, great experience. We will definitely be going again. Like that seems like the group activity for our house and our family.
And I'm like, oh my God, this is why people get involved in their community, because it's like so fulfilling.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So good.
Yeah, so that was fun.
Yeah.
So much fun. I wish there was one every day.
What was the other time you had to get into drag for?
Well, Polly and I performed at 9 for our first time. Yeah, you guys did it.
Tell me all about it.
The week before. Yeah, and Polly and I did it this last week, and literally
Cute.
killed.
Amazing.
Like it was. I had a lot of nerves, a lot of anxiety going into it. We used Freddie's advice and like sectioned off our clothes for like our next numbers and bags so that like we knew exactly what we needed for each performance, and it was fierce.
Did you guys bring a light?
No, but there was plenty. Well, we had our phones, but there was plenty of light down there.
Yeah,
and
what
the room was
I know
so
last
cute.
time I was watching the last episode back, I was like, damn, I was really harping on that light issue.
Just really be careful because like you will need the
It
light.
was perfectly lighted up.
Picture the darkest place in the
That's
world.
exactly what I was picturing. I'm
And
like,
we
I
got-
actually have to bring a flashlight.
Maybe Angelic and Freedom had different lights or whatever, but it was literally like I see everything perfect. Like I don't know, but
I just wasn't prepared enough.
I had a lot of nerves going into it, and we got there, and we went down in the room, and we were kikiing with Angelic and Freedom Rights, and that feeling like that the comedians with Camrynne, like that's me with Freedom. Like I'm like, you're so supportive and you're so amazing, and just like they literally made us feel so comfortable immediately. Like you guys need this mirror, move us out of the way. You need this fan, get out. Like blah 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 blah. And Angelic is just so sweet, and fierce and diva.
I love her.
So I did my first number, which was Padam Padam. And I had my little jig.
It went so good.
Yeah, it did go so good. And after that one, I immediately was like, I'm about to fucking like bring cunt every and there was only 4 queens this week, and so Polly and I got even more nervous. We're like, oh, we have less time to change, but every time we were like,
Yeah, but Freedom and Angel took up the time by doing 10-minute numbers each. They were like, "Don't worry, we'll just pretty much do 2 in 1."
yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing though. Just like because it gave us like break to like enjoy the show. Because when you guys were going, I was like, I gotta record every little thing.
Yeah.
And then they would kind of be like, okay, I'll just relax. But I was still recording.
I know.
Well, and that's the only thing that sucks about performing is like I didn't see Polly and I like didn't see Freedom, and it's like I want to see Freedom.
Well,
I wanna
they were
see
great, let me
Angelic
tell
too,
you.
but
Well, they were amazing.
They were awesome.
I would try and stand at the bottom of the stairs if I was ready and just like kind of look up, but. Yeah, then I did my second number, which was the Sims hot and cold mix, and I feel like I definitely got a good response from like coming out with the plum bob on my head and doing it in Simlish.
That's what it's called.
Oh yeah. And like I could see even like the straight guys tipping me because I was like, this is funny. And someone tipped me a 20 at some point, which was a crazy feeling. And then my third number was feminine nomenon, and I was like feeling my pussy. I don't know. I felt really good about that one too. And yeah.
You did amazing.
Thanks.
Yeah. I liked when you were on the stage like humping it. That was so cool.
Yeah, and just being a sex icon, I know.
I actually like broke down laughing because I was watching from the stairs for feminine nomenon. Oh, gorge. I love the photo. Wow.
I can't see it.
Best.
I trust you.
Fucking anyway, I was watching her from downstairs, and there was just a part where she went extremely hard. And for some reason, that's something that makes me laugh really hard a lot. It was
because like when you look outside your stuff, you're like, that's so cringe that I was so committed to that. But in the moment, I'm like, I'm a star, baby.
She was twerking, like going up and down, like on her knees. No, not that. When you were like literally bouncing on your fucking just feet.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Damn, bitch.
No, I don't think you know.
For some reason, I thought you didn't. But she just, I've never seen her do that before, and she went really hard on it. That's
Spontaneity is crazy.
Yeah, you were awesome. I loved Padam every time that you did it. I was so captivated by you. I was like, that is a woman.
Yeah. I have, and I got lots of compliments on my padding, which was like a really good feeling.
Mm-hmm. Especially for how much time it took to make those.
For the amount of times that I had to edit those, I'm glad that like the end result is that like people are complimenting it and saying that it looks good. Because like, wow, that's
your
fierce.
shape is beautiful.
Thank you. How are your numbers, Polly?
Your makeup looks really good today.
Thank you, Polly.
Your brows look great with that hair.
So cute. You guys both did pink.
Oh.
What, 4 years? Literally us getting into like a life-threatening fight yesterday.
It's okay. They happen.
We had ours in the car right here.
I love us.
And we were like, we're not doing the podcast today.
I was like, I'm going to drive the Subaru home. You go inside.
Oh my God, the tea.
We're so good now, though. Freddie, why do we ever fight? Oh
my God, that's so funny.
I'm just a drama queen. That's what happens.
No, me too. Hey, girl. We get each other.
Each other.
What is that from?
TikTok. I don't fucking know what
she had a gun.
Where's that from?
Hunger Games.
Hunger Games. Thank you.
I knew right away.
We see each other. Anyway. Polly.
What is it?
It's this.
Oh.
What is this?
It's this.
I know all about Hunger Games.
Yes.
So, Polly, how'd your numbers go?
They went good. First one I did What You Waiting For by Gwen Stefani. And
What is wrong?
Please just let her get through it.
I'm sorry, because I need to focus, or else
Okay.
I'm gonna go on these whack ass tangents. So I did What You Waiting For. I kind of wore this look, the hair, the gloves, the scarf with like a green dress.
The body.
I wasn't like super confident in that one, but I was like incredibly calm beforehand. I had took my anxiety meds, and it literally like it just made me centered.
You looked calm. You know how like the week before you were talking about I wanna perform like angelic, where I just look like at ease and like comfortable.
Yeah.
You gave that.
Thank God. I kind of was feeling that. Like for some reason, that crowd in that space, I was like, oh, this is me just like dancing in my living room with my friends.
Yeah.
Which I'm completely comfortable and normal doing that, But yeah, it went okay. Like I wasn't super excited about doing that number just because I've done it before, and I kind of just wanted to get it over with so I could go to Red Wine Supernova. And I think I regret a little bit looking like such a regular girl. Like I wish I had dragged myself up more for that one, but we all learn from our mistakes.
That's okay.
But I loved doing the song. It was super fun, and I feel like I tried to embody her in like a flirty way.
You did a great job.
And Money. I'm not sure how I feel about that one.
It was my favorite.
It was
good?
so fun,
Okay.
and
so
you
good.
looked crazy.
Oh, that's so good to know, because I thought that was my worst one.
You looked amazing.
The lighting
and
was
they had the
living for
lighting
you.
like green like the whole time for you.
I was gonna say, who did you guys pay to get the good DJ and good lighting person?
Literally, I don't know. But
So tell me.
Oh my god, you guys, that makes me feel really good because I totally thought that was my worst number.
No, it was so good. I was having so much
Awesome.
fun watching you and taking your photo because the
there's-
lighting was so good. I love you know love.
You know love.
You know love.
You know love. You know love.
Kylie Sonique love?
Yeah. You know how I love like a short black bang.
Yeah.
And dark hair.
Yeah. See, I love that too, but throughout my drag career the past 6 months,
Your career.
I haven't particularly liked black hair on myself.
No, you look fierce every time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You look beautiful and blonde
I just
too.
need to be told
and
that.
red.
Just every color.
Thank you.
Pick a color.
sorry.
It looks good.
Sorry.
Okay, well that's good to know. Thank
Yeah.
you for the feedback. This is really great feedback for me. Money was like incredibly fun to do. So
This was just something funny that happened was every time she threw money, like the security guards would go and go grab it.
it happened twice.
I was like,
Really?
you guys
I
don't
felt
have to
so
grab
bad.
it. Like, we'll just get it afterwards. It's not
Yeah.
a big deal. Why are you so worried about it?
They're
But
like,
I think it was them, but it was just making me laugh.
That's so funny.
I after them, I went up to them. I was like, "Hey, I'm really sorry that you had to pick up all my money." And they were like, "No, we're here for you."
Literally,
okay.
Well, that is nice.
I love
Yeah.
them.
Good.
Yeah, I was like, "Damn, like you
Aw.
guys are. This is like I'm royalty."
It
The
was
fuck?
such
You're
a fun
bringing me my money?
experience because we go afterwards, which another lesson learned, make sure Polly has flats too, because otherwise she'll take yours. And so I was a heely girl all night long, but I also just felt cunt for being in heels, but
Yeah.
it was getting to a point where I'm like, me too.
Hey, okay.
But anytime a good song would come on, the adrenaline would
Yeah.
give me new life, and I would forget that my feet were in pain, and I would give it my all. But at one point, we got taught a couple dances, which was super fun. And then at one point, I went to Freedom. I was like, hey, does the DJ take requests? And she's like, what song do you want? And I said, Heated. And she did that thing, the Freedom thing, where like she didn't respond and then just like walked past like really fierce and touchy.
I know exactly what you're
and,
talking
like,
about.
Like literally was like, and just walked straight up to the DJ and was like, put Heated on the motherfucking list. And when it came on, woo! This is literally, I don't know who I've told this, but I'm telling everyone this, that it's a, like if I had to give a presentation on who I am as a person, that is like a significant pivotal moment in my life that like is like, yeah, this was a highlight in the highlight reel of me doing Heated. I just did it so good, and then watching the video back, I was like, wait, I literally fucking killed it.
Yeah.
So
For those that don't know, Amanda's talking about Heated by Beyonce. We're assuming you know that, but
if you don't, look it up and feel your fucking cunt.
Amanda just knows every word to that song, and it's always so fun to like listen to her do
And
it.
it's the ultimate hype song, like literally, well, that whole album. But yeah, so it was just a fun night, and we just were dancing all night long with the girls, all the
Yeah.
girls who were there who came. It was so
So
fun.
it was really fun.
Yeah.
The music was there this week, and
Yeah.
we delivered on the floor.
Yes.
Freddie, did you have anything to say?
I'm just
Oh,
listening.
I have a
was
whole bunch of
saying
things I want to
yes.
say.
Oh,
Okay,
Do
go
I
ahead,
still have time
girl.
to talk about them, or do you?
Yeah,
want-
I don't
okay.
know what word time we're at. I don't know. Probably only 35 minutes.
Just gonna wait for Brennan to come back and stop us.
We have 35 minutes.
I think so. No, we're at 35 minutes.
Okay.
Wait.
Oh.
Does it matter how long we go? Can't we just go until we're done?
Well, you see, there's a timer on the bomb. Okay, so this is what I have to say.
Okay.
The first thing was I love that how you guys used that like middle wall between the dance floor and the seating, because you guys were all up on that. That was really cute. You guys were just like leaning on it. Polly, you especially, so sexy. You were just like, ooh.
Thank Thank you. Yeah, I feel like that was my best prop.
And then I loved this, but y'all use Bubbles like a fucking prop.
The way that
Both
we
of you.
both
But
just like were playing all over Bubbles.
I was so proud of you because that
Oh.
that's just so cunty of you guys, and you
And
like,
Bubbles just was so cunt sitting there going,
I know.
like-
Yeah. She's like, you're gonna have to work for this $1, bitch. And by the end of it, I got that $1, bitch.
yeah.
She was a sweetheart. She came to me afterwards and was like, I have like a really good remix of What You Waiting For, because that's like my go-to song. And I'm like, you bitch, send it to me right now.
Aw.
Yeah.
And she was like, how? Or I was like, how can you send it to me? And I'm like, Instagram? She's like, are you fucking kidding me?
I just love her with her like.
yes. She's so cunt.
She was one of the other people who commented on my pads, and she was like, "I love all the girls, so if you ever need anything, let me know." And I was like,
Aw.
"Wait, Bubbles."
Yeah, for
So cute.
like the other performers, they were just bringing all their money to her, and then she'd fold it nicely, and then at the end of their number, they would
They
come
would
pick
just
it
grab
up from
it.
her. Yeah.
We love a queer icon.
Yeah, literally.
That's just like there for the girls.
Literally.
What else did I have to say? Yeah, the dancing was lit. I was popping edibles, and I like.
You were
You
cross
were
the fade, and
feeling
you were
yourself,
feeling.
and it was so
I
good.
love when Moronica gets that nothing eye, like they're just fully black,
Like looking
and
into the
She's
void.
the right amount of sweat, and her hat's the right amount of cock that she's just like. And it's like, girl, you good? And she's like, I've never been better.
Yeah, I had a good time. I feel like I never like feel very cunt outside of drag.
Yeah.
And I wore Freddie's little like leather hat and like a wife pleaser.
Yeah.
And I just felt so sexy, and I had a good time. And like your guys' show was so good. Like that was just like a lot of good emotions. And then the dancing was just fun. And I'm like, yay! I haven't been able to have like a fun dancing night in a long time.
I know, me
Yeah.
either. And I was so like, oh, the go-going is gonna be the hardest part for me. Mama, I lived. That was where I meant to be, is just in front of a bunch of people dancing. And again, my big ass blonde wig that I wore last week just being like all over the place. I was like, yes, but and I would love a consent. Like, I would love to hear feedback. My neck hurt a lot the next day, and I was like, oh, it's probably from that big wig and me dancing all around. And Polly was like, you think the wig had anything to do with it? And was pretty much
I don't
saying
think I
that
said
like
it like
the
that.
big ass wig had nothing to do with my neck being kind of sore.
Oh, I don't think it was the wig. Maybe it was like sucking all that cock and balls. But
Stop it. It was the wig.
Stop it. The thing is, Amanda sleeps crooked and with her head fucking upside down every single night. So I'm like, maybe it's that. Have you ever thought of that solution?
Yeah,
That's
maybe
me
she
right
got
now,
me
actually.
there.
yeah, Freddie's been having the same problem.
Yeah, the last 2 days.
I can't help how it happens in the night. Right? Like I don't go to sleep that way. It's just how I get.
So you admit it wasn't the wig.
That was
the
easy.
wig, damn it.
We gotcha. Yeah. What was your other points? That was it.
Let's see. Oh, I also like. I feel like being out of drag, it's kind of like I'm a nobody, but like I feel like the queens were still like nice to me and recognizing me and bringing me to do like the same stuff that you guys were doing. Where like freedom, I was freaked out doing this because I was just nervous, but she brought me out to the dance floor to like do her little dance. And I was so bad at it.
I was there with you. I was there.
But it was just nice to be a part of that moment and be like,
Yeah.
I'm so glad that you brought me, girl, even though I'm not here in drag.
You're still a queen.
And Angelic was really nice to me outside, and Freddie.
Once
and,
she recognized who that man
yeah,
was.
it was funny because like Angelic kept coming like next to us, and then I'd like smile at her but I was too nervous to like say hi myself. I'm like, okay, and if she sees me, I'll be like, hey. But she did not really like look at us at all. And then later she came up to us and she's like, I just realized who you are.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
She walked by us when we were like at the bar, and Moronica whispered to me and was like, do you think she knows who we are? And I was like, no.
Yeah. She was so like certain and matter of fact, like, no, she doesn't know who we are.
She just walked right by. It was funny.
But it was hilarious, yeah. And I had a good time just hanging with the girls too, hung out with Havla,
And she looked so good.
Yeah.
Shout out to Havla. She looked amazing.
Every crystal, shimmery, sparkly thing that you could put on your body, she had it on her body. And in her hair, on her outfit. Yeah. I was looking at her all night. I'm like, ooh, you're so pretty.
I know.
She killed.
Mm-hmm.
Kilt.
So, like, anything interesting on that phone?
No.
She's on fucking Twitter.
Are we into this segment?
I'm trying, but Freddie replies to so much that I can't find where she was getting heated with conservatives. I like don't remember.
Wow.
Was that on Twitter? Well, I'm looking like in your replies, and it's just me.
This is going to be the Twitter beef
Are you
segment.
sure? Wait, why do I have 6 notifications on here? My God.
Wow, you're so popular.
Literally.
Well, we've shouted it out before, but if you do not follow Freddie Levon at Freddie Levon on Twitter, you literally should, because his tweets are always on point. They're really funny, and especially when Drag Race is on, it's the best part, and Survivor. So, like,
OMG, thank you. I don't ever think they're that funny because I only get like 2 likes, but
everyone.
You guys are always my 2 likes.
Yeah. Follow all of us, because sometimes like we all kind of pop the fuck off.
I think we all sing.
Okay.
Oh my God. I'm so happy you said that, because that joke was trying to brew in my brain for so long, but I couldn't remember what she actually said.
We're the same.
I know. I have really good tweets too.
Yeah, you do.
Or what's your Twitter handle?
No, I'm not saying it.
No, say it.
It's private. Literally, this is me right now.
She's showing us a ugly little dog sitting on a chair, and it's when I go nonverbal in the high. Is that what it said?
No, it is. It is. I was gonna show it on the screen too. I love you describing it, but it's for our listeners.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now the listeners know.
What a relatable meme.
Thanks.
I hate the nonverbal part of a high. It is like so hard. I'm like, I don't know how to act. I'm so sorry. I have so many thoughts in my brain right now.
Wait. Can you guys recall a time that was your best high? Because for me, like a high one up there is when we got like stuck in the rain, obviously.
And that was like one of the first times I've ever been high.
We were high for that?
I only ever got high when I hung out with y'all, because
Officer, I have no idea what she's talking about.
We were of age. I just never had gone to buy weed, and so we were still in our innocent era.
Yeah.
And
we were going to church and shit.
It was like, oh, well, Moronica has edibles and she'll give us some when we're there.
Mm-hmm. It was always a nice little treat, because it was like once
every couple of months.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun time, and the weather was amazing. It was for Spokane nights. It was when we had that crazy rainstorm and flash flooding. We were out scootering, and it was a sunny day. And on our way back into our apartment, it started pouring on us, and we were just running through the rain.
You were also taking us through all the sky bridges.
Yeah,
it was still like early into you and Allie living here, and so you were like, "Have you ever just like walked the sky bridges?" And I was like, no, why the fuck would I do that? And we were just walking all throughout downtown through sky bridges.
Wait, okay, I don't know why this is making me kind of emotional, but I'm like, you are the main character of a movie.
Oh my God, thank you.
She loves that.
The way you just like, let's go see the sky bridges.
Like she finds happiness in the little things.
I do want to say this, like I often wonder like about like my significance to like my friendships and like just the way my life is now. And it's like, girl, you like are such a freaking like rock and roller. Like the way that you've just like, I feel like you were kind of the one reaching out to me a lot when it came to like our friendship first starting. And then like also just like when it really went into that like solid era, and then like because I came out to you, and then like with drag and just everything, it's like you're just the initiator of like good times and friendship and like love.
Yes.
Aw, thank you. I think that
so,
might
like,
be
know
an
your
Aries quality.
Know it.
I think I just said this to her recently, but she just like knows what she really likes. Like she's very black and white. Like I really like it, I'm going after it, I'm doing it, or I hate it, I'm not doing it, I don't want it. Like and it's nothing in between.
Very decisive. That's like a quality that I wish I had.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
And confident
but
in your decisions.
That type of personality makes it so we can never play board games.
Literally, she knows what she does not like, and it's board games.
Board games, bitch.
I've played board games with you, so
Once
don't
a
act like I
year.
haven't.
It's like once a year.
On my
When
birthday.
was the last time?
It was on Freddie's birthday.
But that is not like a board game.
Then when we invited them over to play Catan in our first apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Was I there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mama. It was like one of the first. It was in our early hanging out era.
Was it Penthouse?
No, it was
No.
our apartment.
Oh.
Do you guys ever think about, I'm like, damn, I wish we were still in the Madison now that we're
Yeah,
drag
okay,
queens.
yeah.
Now that we're drag queens, now that we
Imagine.
are downtown more, and also like that space and the convenience, instead of like having to pack things up, it's like, let me just grab this dolly that
Yeah.
I like my makeup lives on, and let me go take the elevator upstairs to
Yeah.
Yeah,
this fucking-
like imagine that would be what the fuck is
I
wrong with
know.
us?
Back to the Madison.
Does
Just wrong timing, but I mean, I
does
love my life
everyone
now.
know? We've said that like we used to live in the same apartment building, right?
Yeah.
So you want to know about like destiny and like iconicness and just like pure like television qualityness. So when oh my goodness, this is gonna be a thing, but I'm gonna say it all. So I got my story, like if I'm the main character of this story, is I get a job at Starbucks. And I get a job at this Starbucks downtown. I'm working there. I make friends with one of the shifts. Her name is Casey, friend of the pod. Love her.
Love you, Case.
Love you, Casey. And we kind of are like not really friends, but like we know each other. Moronica shows up there a little bit, like probably 6 months after I've been there, I feel like. And we kind of gravitated towards each other because look at us. And but it was kind of like this unsaid thing. But yeah, we kind of just became friends because of that, just like at work. Found out that Moronica lived in the same building that Casey lived in, and they found that out just like randomly after already working together because they saw each other in the elevator. And so I was like, oh, that's so crazy. And when Moronica would invite me over, I was like, I love this building. We want to live downtown closer, and our lease is coming up. And by the fates of the angels and Noah, we got someone named Noah.
Noah Cyrus.
Yeah.
You know where the real rainbow comes from?
Literally. He knows.
God's promise.
I thought that was Moses.
No, that's the bush. That's Abraham.
That's the bush.
Listen to the
Oh,
head
that's
shake of my hat.
9/11.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
right. Anyway, Polly and I get an apartment there, and so now the apartment setup. It's a 5-story building. On the second floor is Casey. On the 4th floor is Moronica and Freddie, and on the 4th floor as well is Polly and I, and we're on the back side, and so
It's
we were
just
on
like
the same
around the
floor.
corner, just
and
around the corner.
And, but it just like you said, like. Just wrong timing or just whatever, because like we just never got to like the closeness that we are now while living there, and so we didn't take advantage as much of the you're right down the hall girl kind of thing, you know, even though we could have. But
We had our times. It was
yeah,
fun.
and so then we're working at Starbucks. Polly gets a job at the same Starbucks, and then Handy Mandy Moira gets a job at the Starbucks. We all kind of become friends. Moira moves into the Madison as well. We roommate with her, and we move up to the 5th floor, penthouse, baby. And so all of us were just living in the same building, and I loved it every single time I thought about it.
So my apartment on the 4th floor had a view of the church that's downtown. What church is that?
Just a Orthodox church, I don't know. But also,
Beautiful.
it's right across the street from the Fox.
And then Amanda and Polly's had a view of the train tracks, which was so cute. I loved going over there and the train going by. I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
we
it's so
loved
cute.
it too at night.
Yeah. The noises it made were just like so like it was like thunder. You know
Yeah.
that it's just it's so haunting. But then there was some times where it would be like I what would even happen, you think?
It was just breaking, and then like when it finally breaks, but like everything still moves forward, or like when they go to power the gas and everything just snaps back in, and just be that noise of just like,
and it was like the most booming fucking noise in the world. I was surprised that like it was just the backside of the apartment that was hearing it. I'm like, the whole world should be fucking hearing this right now. and the sunsets were just like fucking beautiful over there
Yeah.
too.
Well, and then our penthouse one, like it was just the coolest vibes ever.
Yeah.
And it was just always so fun, like because of the convenience. Like we would throw house parties, and Casey would come up, and Moronica and Freddie, and then we would carry Moronica home, and just like it was always so fun.
We were living in a sitcom at the time.
Yeah.
Literally.
That place is vibes.
Now our lives are boring.
Yeah. At least you guys have a pool now.
Yeah.
I know.
Hey. What are we talking about?
Did you guys ever find your Twitter beef?
No. Well, Freddie's tweets are funny, but Polly and I kind of got into some. Well, the reason we brought it up originally is because Freddie was like, text us one day. I was like, I love going off on conservative posts on Twitter, and they were just so funny because Freddie was just like reading them down boobs, and I live for it. And I recently got into like a weird chain on TikTok, and it was on this video having to do with H3H3 and Nick Merckx, and H3H3 was just pretty much talking about like what's going on with like trans rights and everything, and people were just up in the comments saying like Ethan L, like Ethan's fallen off so hard, L, and I was like, Ethan W, am I right? Because he was speaking facts and he was being an ally, and so many people were like, oh, bro loves kids for sure, and like you want children to be gay at the age of 8, and I kind of just got into this like fierce ass reply chain with this guy who never came back to me after the last time I schooled him. Because,
of course.
Yeah, literally, of course. And Polly was in the same video going off on bitches too. But yeah, he was like, you want children to be gay at the age of 8? And they said, I do not want anyone to be anything they are not. Also, plenty of children are queer at 8 years old. Because like, obviously, been there, done that. It's morally just wrong though. 8-year-olds don't know that stuff and they shouldn't be influenced to it. Let them be kids, man. It's just like such a weird reality. Like I'm not going to go through it all, but that's pretty much the premise too, is that like everyone's just saying that like children are being molded and like this grooming talk. It's just such an interesting thing to me because like I feel like all of us kind of have a similar upbringing of like we were shielded from that stuff, like and like it was, you know, we were raised away from it and we were very closed off to it, especially me. And like, yes, I've come out since my influence of the world, you know, like since I went out and experienced the world, but that's not because it like influenced me to be like, oh, I want to be that way. It just kind of made me feel comfortable to be like, oh yeah, I can speak up about this because I'm seeing, you know, Jonathan Van Ness on Queer Eye, and it's like, wait, I love him, but I'm not supposed to like gay people, you know, kind of thing.
Just
and
people existing and liking
that,
themselves.
Seeing that representation and seeing people confident in being queer, it's like, oh, that just makes me more comfortable to realize that I can also be like that. And that's like a lot of what you were for me too, of just like us becoming close friends and you being very open about it. I was just like, that could be me too. And so like, yes, I came out since being out in the world, but it's not because the world's doing it to me. It's because I'm just feeling more comfortable.
Actually more comfortable.
And like children, you know, who are shielded at the age of 8 because apparently they, you know, like they shouldn't be knowing that stuff. It's like, even if you expose them to it, doesn't mean they're going to grow up gay because we weren't exposed to it and we grew up gay.
Yeah.
You know?
I was homeschooled my whole childhood just to turn out a faggot.
Literally. Private school for this one.
I just had a thought. It's so interesting to me how, like, the way I was raised, we were taught, like, there's the left and there's the right. The right believes this and the left believes that. It's like they're just two conflicting sides of beliefs. But in my brain, now that I'm actually, like, being exposed and educated, it's like, no, we're not a side. We're not trying to fight for just to fight. We're not trying to fight just to fight and want what we want. We're just wanting everyone to be taken care of and everyone to feel loved and safe and secure and that everyone is happy and healthy. That's not just good morals.
And that's why they have to make up fake things that aren't real, that are like demonizing.
Yeah.
Right.
Because they have to instill a fearing tactic. It goes back to the clap like we were talking about of like that knowledge is power thing. Because like the more that people are able to, you know, like I just said.
Well,
it just makes so much sense. Like the more you're
They want to instill fear because fear leads people to like be irrational. And if you use big trigger words like groomers and pedophiles, people who aren't going to take the time to read and do their own research and have their own thoughts are just going to go with what's headlining kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What the fuck are we talking about? But he also was in the comments like, your community is an anomaly. I'm like, how am I an anomaly? And he's like, should I just read it, I guess?
Yes. And Freddie has his pulled up too.
Oh, okay. Perfect, Freddie.
I got the biggest chills.
There were some allies in the chat too with me, which I live for them. And then said, this person goes, y'all forced those kids to become something they never would have been if they were able to develop in a non-sexualized environment. And I said, you are so uninformed, it's ridiculous. I grew up in what you consider a non-sexualized environment, and I'm still queer. But also, why does queerness mean sexual to you? Queer couples are no more sexual than hetero couples. Straight couples have sex just like queer people do. Why are you not speaking up about them teaching women can become pregnant? That's so sexual. They had to have sex to become pregnant unless you missed that part. Literally slayed their pussy there, because it's just like, there is that whole thing of like, oh, queerness is just inherently sexual, and that's why it's so evil and taboo and sinister. And it's like, that doesn't have to be the case. Like, straight people can be just as kinky and sexual.
Is based off of heterosexuality.
Yeah.
Like everything, like gender norms and beauty standards, like it's all made by that.
Yeah.
Just like, girl, look around.
Yeah.
And
Sorry.
they said, I'm uninformed. Okay, then inform me, because you are an anomaly in the world.
What?
What does that fucking mean?
Like,
they're forcing kids to believe being gay is okay. I said,
They're forcing them.
I said, I'm an anomaly. Oh, this chat is all over. I'm an anomaly. What is that based on? What source is giving you the impression that my existence is so rare? Well, considering the fact that less than 8% of the population are a part of your community, I would say it's not common. I said, just because it is a minority group does not make it abnormal. Does that mean that immigrants in our country are abnormal just because they make up a smaller population? Like, which these people probably have that mindset that it does, but it's just like, just because it's a minority group does not make it like
crazy and awful and scary.
Unnatural. It's literally just, that's just the case here, you know? And I said, you also need to consider that a large percentage of the queer community died during the AIDS crisis due to our countries not taking it seriously. Also, nice job avoiding my point that queerness is not inherently sexual, but instead just your bias that you have against queer people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anytime you have a logical argument against them, it's like they run away.
Yeah.
1 hour has passed.
Okay. Perfect.
Thanks for
Freddie,
letting us know.
you found it?
Yeah, I just have a few different ones. I just got onto the Spokesman Reviews like article right after Pride, and it was just about Pride, just like the 31st annual Spokane Pride Parade, link to article, and people were just replying to it, and somebody replied to it with Pride Month, and then it slowly fades out to the rainbow demon.
I do love that.
It's so hilarious.
And what's so hard too, I'm so sorry, Freddie, but like brain dead people like don't understand us thinking that like, and like wearing that as like on a shirt. They're like, you actually believe in this. And it's like they just don't understand like being chill and just like
but I feel
being
like
cool. You know what I'm saying? Like they're just so out of touch with like how
Like, do they even know how to hang loose?
well, I just mean it in the sense of like, because they're not active in like pop culture, they don't understand how things like that work, you know, and they take it so literal.
But I think this was actually what, don't you think that was made literally?
It was made literally,
Yes,
but we
but-
could wear it like tongue in cheek.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're right. It's kind of sickening.
Gotcha.
I would
It
wear
is.
it.
It's funny.
Because
Team
we don't see like demon in hell as a bad or scary thing, because it's just all made
I'm
up
just
shit.
like,
It's just
Yes.
like, okay,
Demon.
cool.
Yes, I am a demon.
I will put the photo on the.
You will.
Bam,
Oh,
bam.
on the Instagram, I'm like,
Let me screenshot it so I can send it to you.
Okay. Anyways,
Okay,
Freddie,
and
what'd
I
you
replied.
say? What'd you blossom on?
And then Jesus said unto them, do not show kindness or compassion for your neighbor. Instead, call them a demon on Twitter, for surely that is the way into the kingdom of God.
Wait, no, not this
And then they
Hallelujah.
replied to me. Wait, I got on a different one on accident. Oh, so then they replied to me, and who shall receive one such little child in my name receiveth me? But whoso shall offend one of these little ones which believe in me, it were better for him to have a millstone were hanged around his neck, and that he were drowned in the depths of the sea. I said, do not judge, or you too will be judged. For in the same way you judge others, you will be judged. And with the measure you use, it will be measured to you. Matthew 7, 1-2. I can cherry pick from the Bible too.
Yes, cherry picking bitch. Yes, literally.
The way you had a Bible of.
I know.
I know.
Well, it's really funny too because the passage that they're quoting to me is just a little bit later on from this one. I was like, if you just back up a little bit, you might have read that passage.
And that's always the best part about people just using scripture verses in general is because so much of the scripture verse is in a context that you're not understanding in the story. Like it's literally like taking someone saying, I think Coolsville sucks. Like, you know, like it's literally like doing that. Like if they just use that, it's like, oh wait,
Bam.
Freddie thinks Coolsville sucks.
You're a genius.
But like if you heard the whole thing, you'd know that he was just joking. You know,
You're like so high right now. That is so funny. But also the way that their last tweet pretty much was saying, my God said if you bully me, he's literally going to kill you.
Oh
I
my
know
god.
you have more. I know you have more.
You want me to keep going?
Yes, please. That was so fun.
This one is a meme, and it's a person up against a wall with a tuba in their face, and it's like the tuba in their face says LGBTQ propaganda, and then the person with up against the wall, it says me trying to live my life. And
Oh my God.
and I replied to it.
The irony.
Wait, I have so much to say.
I know. And I replied to it and said, me trying to live my life. Christians, don't even think about getting married to someone of the same sex or being yourself in public.
Literally. And what's so funny is they're like the LGBTQ propaganda. Mama, that's your own news network constantly putting that in your face. The reason that you're hearing so much about it is because your Fox News wants you to hear so much about it. It's not even that we're doing so much about it. It like I hear probably less about what's going on than you do because you simply just have to hear about it to be angry about it.
You're obsessed.
Yeah, you're so obsessed with it. That's why you see it so much. It's like it's not that loud and proud and like I mean, yes, but it's not like literally in your face. It's you being like, wait, this is in my face, you know, like so
when it's
ridiculous.
not.
It's
'cause
homophobia.
The people that are just being like, yeah, drag queens or groomers are just, they're literally ignorant. They have no idea. And like, you've never been around a drag queen. You don't know what it is.
Yeah,
you
I was
know
like,
who I'm talking about.
A huge hobby of mine is rehearsing a conversation I could possibly have with a member of my family or some members of my family. And I bring a lot of stress on myself, so I shouldn't do that. But while I'm rehearsing that, I can just envision them saying something like that of like, they're doing this, but it's just like, I am involved in this community. This is my place. This is where I'm spending all of my time and effort. And that is not what it is. I'm telling you firsthand that's not the case.
And also, like, it's just, it's that weird thing of, I don't know, like, it's so unfortunate because of the way that they view our community is that when there is one person that does something wrong, they use that one person to be like, see, the whole thing's rotted. And it's just like, it's just this weird thing of like, but when it's happening within your churches, you don't really care because it's like, oh, God will handle it or whatever the fuck. But like one person, you know, I don't know, they just take one person to run with and, you know, it's just like not the case.
But it's when it's their own community. It's like that's not how it is. Like if it's
calls coming from outside the
thousands of
house.
people shooting guns and shooting places up and killing people. Oh well, you can't blame it on that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me. Like when it comes down to like, you know, sexual assault or something like that. Like if it's a queer person, I'm not gonna like put it under the rug. I'm going to treat it as a very serious thing, which within our community, I feel like it is taken very seriously, a lot more so than with those people's community who, you know, so much blah. Yeah. So much blah.
Well, because there's so much more shame in their community.
Yes.
And so it is all just swept under the rug. Like, it's all about the shame, and you can't be open about it.
Yeah.
Like you said, just like when you're within those communities, like seeing it from the inside, you know, it's not, I don't know, you see the joy. It's just so weird that they're just so afraid of the joy.
But they have to like demonize just everything though, just anything inherently sexual. So even if we were just straight doing this, I think that maybe they wouldn't like, I don't know. I guess they wouldn't have a problem with it.
Well,
but
the thing is, as someone that has been straight passing and Christian passing to my parents for a long time, and them knowing that I have queer friends, or my sister has queer friends too, they appreciate us that like we're setting, it's our job to inform these people of what they're destined for, which is hell. It's our job. So you encouraging us to talk the gay out of our friends, because it's God put us on this earth to do that.
yeah,
Awkward.
Yeah.
that's literally so embarrassing.
And like psycho. It's like psycho.
They said that to me like while I had a butt plug in. I was just like,
See, they're sick. They're disgusting.
Speaking of sick, the next tweet says sickening, and I said, "Yes, let's get sickening. Happy Pride to you."
yes.
Sparkles, nail
the thing
emoji.
is, when I was reading that over your shoulder, sorry, I read sickening, like period, as our sickening.
I know, that's how I read it when I did, so that's why I replied like that.
And then I just, remembered that sickening is actually
It's like a real word. Oh,
I wish that I had actually said what you said, but I said real world.
Hey,
We
I
kinda said
love
it at the same time.
show.
No, we did, but I for some reason fucked it up.
wow.
What else is there, Freddie?
It's a cult. So is church. Shrug emoji. Homos. Yas. I agree. Homos. Slay.
Yes.
And I think that's all of those ones. I had some where I kind of went off about the Starbucks Pride stuff, but I don't know if we want to dive into that.
Maybe
That's
maybe
a whole
we'll
different
let them
thing.
Go discover that themselves.
Yeah.
That's your homework. But yeah, like this was just like a little gob episode.
Yeah, we totally kikied.
Yeah,
Is it over already?
I think so. I'm feeling a guest in the
Works.
pipe.
Ooh.
Feeling
The
a
pipe.
It's
How'd
kind
they
of like
get
I feel
there?
like there's a guest coming.
Wait, did we have a voicemail we were supposed to listen to?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do we
Okay,
have
we'll
time?
end with a voicemail. I feel like we usually do too.
Okay.
My god, you're going extra long
Wait,
tonight.
this is perfect. Some reason
Just
the voicemail should be at the end, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
I agree.
and I know, and I know. and I
She
know.
said, I know my hair has been getting in my mouth this whole podcast. I'm like,
My lips feel
so
like the
cute.
top of Mars. Like this is what Mars's
mine too.
crust is like.
So we have two actually, because fan club president has sent one like even before Ducky sent one, but I decided to listen to Ducky one the day Ducky was on the episode.
Just to give the listeners a catch up on that. That was
yeah,
she was
yeah,
saying
yeah,
that
yeah.
there's two voicemails.
There's two voicemails.
One from the fan club president from ages ago.
Yes.
Play.
Okay.
Play
Yes.
something. I'm ready to listen. Whatever you choose.
Play anything, please. I'm bored.
Play something.
Please.
Just play it, damn
I'm
it.
falling asleep.
Somebody get me an iPad now. Stop.
Make sure it has Angry Birds on it.
Yeah. Or photo booth. That would be fun too.
You guys have to be quiet
Oh, yeah,
for her
yeah.
to play it.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, I turned the volume way down.
It's up. It's just loading. Just
I'm so,
Do
oh
you
my
want me
god.
to
I'm
ask-
so
I could ask
excited.
the question live instead.
sure.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, you're a fan club president?
I am the fan club president, and for listeners who don't recognize this voice,
Nick,
this is
Nick is here in the studio, y'all, and he's behind. What is this?
And he looks so perfect back there, mind you.
thank you. I'm
But
literally
Content. Happy.
I'm living my fantasy. It's like I used to say I want to be the guy that runs the movie theater projector so I could watch movies, but I think I want to do this.
Oh.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
It's like the same. I'm behind the glass. I'm being entertained, and I'm being entertained by who? We don't know. It used to be the House of Horrors, but we've heard talk that it's House of Moronica would be kind of like in line with sort of like La Beja and stuff, but we think you're too modest for that, maybe. So I don't know. Is it the Life is Drag House? What is it? So we're wondering what to call you. The fans need to know.
That segue was so smooth. I'm like, this is a random question.
You were made for this role. Look at you sit back all proud.
Oh my God. And thank you, because I was like, oh wait, I do want, like, let's clarify, y'all.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
I think for a while we were like, oh, we're going to be the House of Horrors, but it's not really like the most fitting name because it was kind of like a play on like horrors and also like us being whores, but like there's only one queen here who holds that title.
Yeah, sorry, I pushed that on y'all. I don't know why I did that.
But like, I also think just in the meantime that like if we're waiting for a name, because like it'd be like your name, but you don't have a last name, so it's kind of that thing of like, oh, we're kind of just like waiting on a name. But I also just feel like House of Moronica is.
I love the way it sounds.
Yeah, and you're just the mother.
You're
You're the mother of the house, and like it's your house, and so I just feel like it's the most fitting term.
Also, doesn't it sound like it's like Marvel, like superhero, like
Well, and in the question too was like, is it the Life is Drag house or something like that? But I think I've always imagined too when like we put things on posters, you know, like if we're ever going to do our own show, it would kind of fall in line of like somewhere on there it would have like the Life is Drag podcast presents or like, you know, feature, you know, the cast of the Life is Drag podcast. I don't know if the poster would say the House of Moronica or both or what. So that's more for like the artist's eye to figure out. But I think that we fall under those two umbrellas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love House of Moronica.
Everything's fine.
I would be happy to be a part of it.
Oh, thank you.
What were we saying? Sorry.
Oh, I mean, I'm just like anything that people have called us as a group. I'm like, yeah, that's our group name.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I guess it doesn't really matter, but
this is a good kind of segue too. We've never talked about like what our own personal fan bases would be called.
oh my God.
Literally, I'll tell you right now. I know that the Amanda Army. Get into it.
And Ducky already
fierce.
started this, right?
Well, yeah, she literally is the general of the army. She's my main
the one lone
supporter.
soldier.
She's my. There are more, and we're here, and we will rise to the top because we can't take the slander forever. But Amanda Army is strong. I'll tell you that much.
At first I was gonna say polycule. Oh my God,
that's
polycule.
cute.
But then when I was at the bar the other day, and she asked for my name, I said Polly, and she started to write it like Polly D, Pauly. And I was like, oh, it's Polly. And she's like, oh, like Polly Pocket. And I'm like, oh, I should always say Polly Pocket. But I'm like, oh, what if my little fan base were the Polly Pockets?
That's so cute. That's adorable.
I kind of live for polycule more though, just because of the play on your name already.
Yeah.
But like,
I like
I don't know, vote in
pockets.
the comments
Pocket.
I like
below.
pockets.
Kitties.
That's an
You look
expansion
like
on
a
your
Polly
brand.
Pocket right now, so
Yeah.
it's perfect.
That is the Polly brand.
Yeah.
Okay, Freddie.
We have Amanda Army and Freddie Levon Militia.
When did you think of that just now? Damn, that was good.
I know.
Oh,
Mostly a
That is
joke, but
sickening.
I haven't thought of anything, and that's
No,
just
that's
what it made
it.
me
That's
think
it.
of.
You, the militia, honey.
Mine's
doll has
the
a question.
Moronica Navy.
Yes.
Bitch, no. What is it?
Oh.
Nikki Doll has a question.
I have two. Well, I have for Freddie. I just thought of this one. It's really random. I don't know if you know this old commercial, Motel 6. They'll leave the lights on for you.
Oh, I feel like I have.
So Freddie leave on the lights for you would have fans in the Motel 6. I guess the Motel 6.
Every Motel 6.
Yeah, Freddie leave on
Yeah,
Motel
they know my
6
name.
motorcade.
We pop in there.
The Motel 6 motorcade.
You look like
Crazy.
you're looking apart for all that.
What if we did like, because I had this stupid idea earlier when you were talking about the sky bridges. I'm like, Moronica Sky Tour, like the Friday Motel 6 tour. Like,
Literally the way
Watch
that
out, Trixie.
I'm gonna learn how to fly and then do like drag queen flights. I'm just like, I'm gonna drag and fly you around. Like that's your experience, and we'll do a podcast.
so you just like don't even care about global warming?
No, honey.
Never heard of her.
Okay, Moronica, what is it actually? Oh, sorry. One more question, Nick.
I was just gonna say the morons. That's kind of the obvious.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, the morons, which we're technically all morons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Wait,
that's
but
my favorite.
I like the morons, or I like Monica, like the Monicas. Sorry, I'm obsessed with Monica.
No, well, that's just funny because for a long,
It's such a deep cut.
I've already said this, but my brain thought Moronica was like a play on words for Veronica. But it's actually a play on words for Monica, and I had no idea.
No, it is. It's
kind of both.
It's Veronica, but I made it Moronica.
But his
Wait,
boy
you
name,
literally
his
told me
boy
the
drag name
opposite.
is Monica.
He was saying Monica.
No.
Yeah.
This is his story is true right now.
Thank you,
Girl, you've been saying this forever.
Thank you.
That it was Veronica, and it'd be like, oh, if they had a drag name, it would be Moronica.
Yeah.
And then she went, TM. She told that story. I'm pretty sure it's on the TikTok page. TikTok.
One time there was just like a mobile order, and it just said for like Veronica, and I was like, if you were a drag queen, you'd be Moronica. And I was like, wait.
You wrote
I was
that
like,
down.
TM.
Wait, okay, but didn't... Okay,
But
yeah, the receipts are on the TikTok.
Her
'cause
boy name in drag would be Monica.
Which is just stupid. Sorry, everybody. It's stupid.
That's where the confusion, I think, came in. But I don't know. Is it kind of not both? I don't know. Because it sounds like Monica, Veronica, Moronica.
I like Veronica more because it reminds me of like Mistress of the Darkness type vibes. I also did look up like my drag name Moronica, and there was a TV show where it was like headlined by like a famous female actress, but someone was doing a bit of her on TV as Moronica, and her name was Veronica.
That's funny.
Yeah, and she's like, this is rude.
Wait, Black Mirror. Yeah, when I search up Amanda Lorian, like 3 seasons of this really awesome show.
Wow.
Sorry, y'all. I mean, for our fan Ducky, she's going to love this extended episode.
They can stop listening at any point.
Trust me, they do. I've seen the analytics. Let's just hope they pick it back up again.
Okay, ready?
It's Freddie Levon.
Oh.
Andrew has a gun to my head right now, forcing me to do this voice.
Who's Andrew?
Andrew was in the car with me at the time.
I just had this idea. We're on our way home from your house after watching Drag Race, and I was just talking about how Jimbo is a drag elite now because she just has had so many wins, and then she just had that slay moment with the winning a lip sync finally. And to me, like, drag elite is like Alaska and Jinx and, you know, just the really big drag queens. Bob the drag queen, of course. So who do you think? We should have a Drag Race elite list, I think, and we can have new inductees as time goes on if they deserve to be in the Drag Elite Hall of Fame.
Yes.
From the Life is Drag the You Try podcast. Wow, that was a run-on sentence. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Bye.
That's perfect.
Wow.
We
were just talking about how... Oh, this is kind of doesn't pertain. Never mind.
I feel like that's perfect. Like, I'm so excited.
Okay, wait. Can I actually say what I was going to say?
Please.
We were talking... There was just a TikTok that was like a parody, but it looked like it was the RuPaul or the Drag Race like award show. And I was like, that would be so...
Oh, they were saying it was that TikTok I sent you where it was like, and the nominees for like most dramatic speech when eliminating a girl on All Stars. And
like, imagine if she
Michelle
actually
had
did
that,
that.
like, and I'm not joking, bitch. And so like all the good ones were on there.
Cool.
And I was like, I feel like that's what the Despy Awards were the season that they did them. But I feel like it would be a fun challenge too to just be like, oh, let's like award these. I don't know, and it's hard. But yeah, I feel like
no, but that just reminded me of it. It was just like, yes, I would love to just like remember who the elites are and like keep a track track of it.
Have a little list because I feel like some of them are above the rest, and even like there are some winners that did really good on their season, but I feel like they don't do they don't do much after like their season, and so they kind of get forgotten almost.
Yes.
So I'm like, there's certain people that are still working in the scene that are huge.
Yeah.
That I like to recognize, and like they're elite to me.
Okay, that's our homework is to make this list, which means we have to hang out at some point after the weekend.
Oh my god. I guess that's it, huh?
Y'all, that's all. Thanks for joining us on our
Is there
high.
anyone left at the end of this episode?
Thanks for joining us on our little podcast.
Answer our question of the week.
Oh yeah.
What is it?
I do sometimes add them, and I add polls and everything. Not very many people vote. If you listen on Spotify, I add polls into like the interactive part, and so you can like answer polls and like vote on stuff.
Wow, I didn't even know about that, and I just made up question of the week.
Producer,
I think I have a fun idea for question of the week. We've been talking a lot about what the first YouTube video could be because we've been watching Dungeons and Drag Queens and talking about makeovers and stuff. So maybe we could put a few options for first YouTube video.
Oh, that's
good.
good.
What would you like to see, fans?
Oh yeah, and remember, we're trying to go live every time we record for the podcast while we're doing our makeup, and so every Wednesdays around 4:00, maybe you can see us on live.
Pop in. See it live happen.
Yeah, you get a live interaction with a drag queen.
And you get to the
totally
point
awesome.
in the last 30 minutes where no one says anything or interacts with the live because we're rushing to get our makeup done.
Yeah.
So if you want to experience that rush,
head over to our Instagram.
yeah, that's where you're gonna want to be.
What's the Instagram?
Life is Drag Podcast.
You wanted to end at pause, but
I
you couldn't.
it was taken somehow.
I don't think I tried that one.
Well, bye, y'all.
Love you guys so much.
So much.
We love you.
Anybody want to show off their mug?
Oh no, I don't.
I got the
you
mug.
can see it from here, Mom.
Guys,
really good today.
at work I got the mug award.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
The mug award. I'm like, how'd you guys know?
literally.
Featuring Polly Amethyst.
There's a line.
She calls her fans Polly Pockets.
Freddie, leave on.
Wait, look at this eye actually.
Fierce.
Yeah, I kind of popped off tonight.
You really did.
His fans call themselves the militia.
Oh my god.
Did you go yet, Amanda? Go.
No.
Go.
Oh yeah.
Amanda.
Wait, you go, Mama, because I'm. Okay, I'll
Your
go.
name is already called. Why is this so stressful?
Wait, she looks fierce. She's giving Elvira tonight. She's giving Queen of the Dead. Your eyes, I wanted to say when I got in the car, your eyes look just like really good. I love the colors on your eyes tonight.
We're called the Amanda Army.
You're not by a microphone.
They're called the
camera.
Amanda Army. And finally, the Queen of the House, Mother Moronica.
Her fans call themselves morons.
Yeah. Woo!
Okay.
Your shoe barely getting in the frame for half a second.
Girl, sit your ass down.